Hello everyone. The story I'm going to share today is The Amazing Steed. Bole was originally the name of the stars. According to legend, Bole is the god who manages horses in heaven. In human world, people also call the person Bole who judges horses. During the spring and autumn period, with the development of agricultural production and because of military needs, horses played an increasingly important role. At that time, people divided horses into several types. Thus, horse breeding and horse grooming gradually became an important knowledge. Under such historical conditions, Sun Yang chose judging horses as his major. When he was engaged in horse hunting, he had no books for the knowledge to learn, only rely on comparing horses and identifying characteristics of the horses. Through all his experiences, he discovered and explored a set of laws. Sun Yang had great ambition when he was a teenager and was diligent in learning about horses. When he saw that it was hard for him to do anything in a small country for God, he left his homeland. After traveling through many countries, he finally came to Qin State and proclaimed himself a manager under Duke Mu of Qin. At that time, Qin State's animal husbandry developed rapidly, and many horses were raised in there, especially in order to fight against the fierce knights of the northern shepherds of the north. Qin State formed its own cavalry, so it attached great importance to raising horses and selecting good horses. Sun Yang made great contribution to the development of Qin State and won a trust of Duke Mu of Qin with his outstanding achievements, and was granted General Bole. One time, the king of Chu summoned Bole and asked him to find a steed that could run 1,000 miles a day. Bole told the king that this kind of horse was very rare and almost impossible to find. He would need to travel outside of the kingdom, but he assured the king that he would try his best to find it. Bole traveled to several countries. He even went to the Yan and Zhao states, which were famous for their high-quality steeds. Although he traveled extensively, that he had exhausted all the possibilities, he still could not find the horse he was looking for. One day, after Bole had visited Qi State, he saw a horse pulling a cart which was overflowing with salt. The horse struggled to climb an especially steep slope. Each step was difficult, and it gasped for breath. Since Bole liked horses, he approached to it. As soon as it came close, the horse suddenly opened its eyes wide and neighed loudly. It was almost as if the horse wanted to tell him something. Bole immediately knew that this was not a common horse, and it must be a real steed. Bole told the man who drove the cart, "If this horse were running across the battlefield, no horse could compare. But you are just using it to pull a cart. Why don't you sell it to me?" The man said that this horse barely had strength to pull a cart. He told Bole that even though it ate too much, it was very skinny. He thought that Bole was an idiot. So without a second thought, he agreed to sell it. Bole brought the horse to the Chu State. When he entered the gate of the royal palace, he patted the horse's neck and said, "You will be happy here. I have found you a good owner." The horse seemed to understand and immediately pawed the ground and neighed loudly. The sound of the horse neigh echoed around the walls of the royal palace like a thunderclap. When the king heard it, he rushed outside. Bole pointed to the horse and said, "My king, I have brought you a worthy steed." However, when the king looked at the skinny horse, he thought the Bole was teasing him. He said, "I heard that you were an expert on judging horses, so I asked you to go and find one. But what is this? It can hardly walk. How can it run across a battlefield?" Bole said, "This is indeed a worthy steed. It was misused and made it to pull a heavy cart. Since it was not fed properly, it is very thin. If it is fed the proper food, within 2 weeks, it will be restored to its real strength." The king only half believed Bole, but nevertheless, he told the groom to feed the horse good quality food. Sure enough, within 1 month, the horse became very strong. The first time the king mounted a horse and touched its sides with his heels, he felt the breeze passing through his ears. Within a few moments, the horse had already run 1,000 miles. Through the story of Bole judging the horse, we can see that king's trust in his subordinates and the loyalty of his subordinates to the king. These are all parts of the culture passed down by gods. For thousands of years, this orthodox culture have maintained the development of human society. According to the situation of the world we face today, returning to tradition is our top priority. Thank you very much for listening to the story. More touching stories will be ready for you if you just subscribe it. Thank you again.